It's exciting. I missed you guys. I missed you here on that couch with our one and only Peace Lily and Swen. And anything changed on the background? I did it. I finally did it. We have our two of my favorites right here in the office that will always remind me of perfection that does not exist, and my very first step as the founder of Montrai. And this picture has been taken during our first trip to Portugal. I hated it when I took it, but then I looked at it in a while and it got perfect. Amazing. But with that, I don't know if you can see. It's hiding. We need to talk about the elephant in the room. You see that? It grew. We have our very first flower coming up. I'm beyond excited, even though some of the leaves were picky, and I don't really know why. We're learning. We're getting to know this peace lily, and we're evolving. That's what matters. Absolutely excited about this flower coming up. It's been growing. I noticed that about 2 weeks ago. So now we just need to give it time, just as we did it previously. Giving it time, good care, good rest, and look how beautifully it blooms. And I bet you guessed what's going to be the topic of the day. Just as this peace lily, we need to rest. And I'm wearing size large today. So if any time my collar goes off, I just decided to be in my most comfortable wear today, because that's when I feel myself. Something's been happening to me for the past couple of weeks, and I discovered the most amazing thing about my workflow. Some days felt like I was too overwhelmed by everything that I put on my to-do list, by everything that's been piling up. All of a sudden, you kind of start your day with one task, but then you end up having 15, and you feel absolutely not productive. You feel that you did nothing, and you're just running a race. Once I realized that I'm racing and I'm running too fast and I'm getting exhausted, that's probably just called burnout. Now I'm wondering, what's the definition of a burnout? Let's see. Burnout is the state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress, typically in the workplace, that has not been successfully managed. I think, yeah, that's exactly what the burnout is, and that's exactly what happens to me when I run too fast.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I start just like getting myself to do trillions of tasks. On top of that, I'm thinking that, oh, I don't cook at home. Oh, I need to clean up. Oh, I need to do this, that, and blah, 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 blah. I'm just a human. It's impossible. We are all given 24 hours a day, I think. If you have more, let me know. I'm very interested in hearing how you got more hours in a day. But that's the thing. When I have a joke, and like when I'm trying to joke, well, I'm just losing my, the train of thoughts. Burnout. Yes, when I feel like I'm running too fast and the burnout happens, what do I usually do? Well, first of all, I simply feel like that my nervous system gets overwhelmed, exactly what the definition told us. My sleep gets worse. I can wake up in the middle of night. Actually, yes, that's exactly the indicator that I found that was kind of the trigger for me. My body was telling me what to do. Like, the body keeps the score, okay? My indicator has been my sleep. I've never had issues with, sleeping through the whole night, waking up 8 a.m., 7 a.m., or sometimes 5 a.m., depending on my routine and, the schedule that I set up for myself. But never really had the issue of sleeping through the whole night. But recently I started waking up 4 a.m. for no reason. What I assume has been happening, it's not happening anymore, and I'm telling you the secret sauce of happy life today. So I was just waking up 4 in the morning for no reason. Even though I did not go to sleep at like 7 to wake up at 4, I'm just waking up at 4. I don't realize what's happening. My body is kind of ready to rock, It's not when you're waking up to the alarm, when you're like, oh, 5 more minutes. No, I feel like my brain is just like, whoop, I'm ready to work. But then I look at the clock and it's 4 a.m. And I know that I did not get enough sleep and I just went back to sleep. That's been happening for a good 2 weeks. That's probably the longest it's been, I think. Well, at least for the past year. Those calls made me think that my cortisol level is too high. And that's when I learned that my nervous system does not have enough time to restart. And we know that health is something that should always be your top priority, because without this body, we cannot do any actions. So we better take good care of that. And when those 4 a.m. wake-ups were happening, wake-ups, is that even a word? You tell me. When those burnouts happen and my body actually indicates, it tells me by those wake-ups, again, is that even a word? By waking me up at 4 a.m., my body tells me that the nervous system is not able to reload. This is my trigger to shut down all those tasks that I piled myself with and go rest. But not just like lay on the couch and watch movies. I cannot rest like that. I know that my nervous system does not take that as the rest. I don't know why. That's the way I am. What I discovered is the best way to reload your nervous system, reconnect with your inner kid. That's a huge hint. Just feel refreshed and unleash that creativity to flow later, is to get back to those things you loved doing when you were a kid. For me, that's a coloring book, doing some crafts, or obviously reading a book. And it's gonna be a confession. I really am still having trouble of saying that to the world, but I think I'm ready to say that today. I think only my mom and my husband knows. And my best friend, that's it. But you ready? I'm not. Again. We're getting so close here. That's fun. Another thing I rediscovered that really helps my nervous system to cool down and reload is playing Sims 4. My husband loves it. He's like, you better play Sims than stressing out, because it's not worth it. And I'm like, yes, totally. But it's fun to say what things are fun to do. Coloring book, reading books, or playing video games. It's all cool to say, but the effect, that's what matters. What I really discovered is that my workflow became much, much better when I don't wait for the weekend to reconnect with those tasks that I love doing, that I'm actually reconnecting with my inner kid. My workflow became better. I just said that before, but I cannot state the fact that it is what it is. Believe it or not, I don't know how, but our inner kid is connected to the level of productivity that we have. That's what I discovered. You don't have to wait for the weekend to rest. And then, it's like when you're waiting for the weekend to come, and then actually on the weekend you're just cleaning the house, prepping food for the week, and doing your laundry. That's it. That's kind of your weekend, and grocery shopping, of course. No, being an adult is a responsibility. Absolutely. But being a human is a responsibility to take care of yourself, of your nervous system, of your health, of your spirit check, and your inner kid. That's the part of the whole version of you. My mom told me once that we don't really grow up. We're just a grown-up kids. And I reconnected. I kind of recalled that phrase that she was telling me. I don't even remember the context, honestly, but it struck me so much because that is exactly the key. We are still the kids, and we have to take care of those within. The same way is when traumatic experience pops up during an argument or some kind of a situation that you're having to deal with. It's just the inner kid, that little one that you are now the one to take care of, talking, crying out loud to be heard. That's it. Try that. Try reconnecting with your inner kid. Try finding the joy of something you used to love, something you were waking up on a break, on a summer break, when the break is so long and you're just having fun. That you've been waking up and you're like, yes, today I'm only doing this. Oh, it was amazing. For me, that was just like waking up, having some good breakfast, reading a book during breakfast, because that's my Meraki. Then going playing Sims, going on a walks. Like, I love long walks, so I was going on long walks, meeting with my friends, going to dancing studio, doing workouts. It is one of my ways to reconnect with my inner kid, because we all have a different childhood, and professional dancers don't just come from not working out as their kids. You got the idea. Because I was a professional dancer, workouts were my kind of daily routine, right? Not anymore though, but I'm still in the good shape. I'm still doing good. Strength workouts are still in my agenda. We love yoga. We take care of ourselves. Just try that. Try that for the week. Don't wait for the weekend. Try finding that connection with your inner kid, or maybe some hobbies that you discovered as an adult. Do something for the soul. Just, experience that hunger. Is that the word, hunger? Yeah. Be hungry for your hobby. You will be surprised how much power and how much strength it actually gives you, how much it strikes your creativity. It's surprising that creativity is just kind of that snowball that works as you start to create, and you keep doing that, you keep doing that, you keep creating, you keep experiencing, you keep trying, and it actually works as a snowball, because it gets better and better, bigger and bigger, and your creativity just levels up. And that's exactly what we do, right? We try everything and we just keep it consistent, and consistency makes it perfect. But we all know perfection does not exist. So for me, it really is a game changer. I thought that in order to be successful, I have to always be on track, always do things, always do those tasks that sometimes just overwhelm me way too much. But it's not even about the tasks. It's just about the loop that we're stuck in, and we're not letting ourselves to rest. It's about allowing yourself to take a break. It can just be an hour a day. It can be 20 minutes. It can be 8 minutes. It does not really matter. But you have to disconnect from work, from your daily tasks, and connect with you within. There's no way to describe that rather than just telling you that it worked for me, and just trying that yourself. I can be your motivation, but in order to actually experience that in fullest, I really am calling you to try that. Just try that for the week. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I might change my opinion about that, and it is okay. We all are living beings, and depending on our experience and depending on where we are, our opinions change. Now, what has changed in the workflow is my ability to focus on one task, finish it. I don't know how. I'll tell you my motivation. I finish one task, I move to the other task. Like, I know that I have only 3 tasks to do today. And I know that it may seem like it's 10 minutes to do, but it will take an hour. We all been there, right? So I put no more than 3 tasks for me. And whenever I'm done with most important ones, I go and reconnect with my inner self. Coloring book, walks. I started going on a walk and just sitting in the park near my house and reading a book for like an hour. So I get out of my office, I get out of the house, and I'm just reconnecting with nature, reading a book, reflecting. I found that to be so good. It's such a good experience, and now I'm trying to do that more often than I used to. I feel that what has actually changed, there are 2 things. First, I am trying to finish tasks quicker to get to my reward in a way. The faster I finish, the faster I will enjoy my creativity. Some days I was starting by coloring book. So I have like half an hour after breakfast and I actually color, and then I get to work. And it also works amazingly because I am that person who gets tired of like one task and I feel like, okay, I've got enough. I powered my spirit a little bit. I am ready to move to another task, so that I'm not as hungry the whole day to actually get to that, so that I do my work properly, decently, and only then I move back to my coloring book, for instance. The other thing that really got unleashed is the very core of cracking the code of life. Nothing in this world is more powerful than you having fun while doing anything. Any work task, that's it. Anything you have on your to-do list, if you take it with a pinch of fun, kind of the perception of, I'm here to have fun, I'm here to enjoy that. That is the key to prosperous, happy, joyful life. Not to make burden of anything, any of those to-do tasks that we can have. Having fun is the core idea of actually making things good. But to shift that perception is what actually takes a lot of time and energy. But reconnecting with your inner kid and doing that fun on day to day, rewarding yourself with that, finding just a little bit of time to start with. It really unleashes that kind of childlike spirit of, I am here to have fun. I'm here to try that, to have fun, because sometimes I see that people are jealous of that spirit that kids have, joy that they're unleashing every single day. And that's exactly what will happen if you do. And that what happens when you just start doing things and taking your hobbies seriously. That absolute fun that unleashes, it's endless. And that is this force that will move you through every day, through every task, through every obstacle you can have. Reconnect with your inner kid. It is much more important than you can imagine. But you have to try it in order to know how important that actually is. And remember that for everyone, it is a totally different thing. But that's all just about regulating your nervous system. And I'm just giving you the options to do that. We all know meditation, yoga, workouts are chef's kiss, top notch. But sometimes we're too overwhelmed. And those kiddos, childlike options are exactly what can help us. Now I am curious to know, what are the things that you always want to come back that you used to do when you were a kid, but you don't have time, you're not letting yourself to? Maybe it is time. Put that in the comments. I really am super curious to know. Maybe some of you will just give me another idea for hobby, something to try, reconnect with my kid, and unleash the ultimate creativity we all have within us. Remember to have fun, take time to grow, don't rush time, and let it show you how beautiful it gets.